In our last lesson, we looked at Newton's 3 laws of motion and compared the 3 and talked about how they apply to our everyday lives. Today, we're going to connect our forces lesson with Newton's second law. Remember when we talked about unbalanced forces, we said they cause objects to speed up, slow down, or change direction. So going back to lesson 25, again, when forces are unbalanced, the net force does not equal 0. Remember our vocab term for when an object speeds up, slows down, or changes direction is acceleration. When we looked at Newton's second law, we talked about if there is a greater force, there would be a greater acceleration. If we look at the two vehicles, if Coach G was driving this Lambo, if he barely applied force to the pedal, he would accelerate. But if he applied a greater force, if he put the pedal to the metal, he can go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Because again, that greater force causes that greater acceleration. But then comparing the two, thinking back to what we talked about in our last lesson, we also know that mass also plays a part in acceleration. So with this big truck, there's a large mass, so it would need a large force to accelerate. In a sports car, there's a small mass, so it would need a small force to accelerate. So if both of these vehicles were at a red light and they applied the same force to the pedal when it turned green, since this vehicle has a smaller mass, it could accelerate faster than the truck. With Newton's second law, we said there was a formula, force equals mass times acceleration, or F equals ma. And remember, it can be found on your formula chart. You don't have to memorize it. With this formula, we will be using our formula triangle strategy again with F on the top and M and A on the bottom. And if you notice, units for force are newtons, units for mass are kilograms, units for acceleration are meters per second squared. Remember, when we have word problems, it's always important to look for units so you know which variable you're solving for. So thinking of our formula triangle, how would you calculate for force? So F is on the top of the triangle, so you would cover that up, and you see the M and the A right next to each other. So that tells us you would multiply the mass by the acceleration. If you had a problem that was asking you to solve for the mass, again, it is on the bottom of the triangle, so you would cover that up, and you see the F over the A. So you would divide the force by the acceleration. And lastly, if there was a problem that asked for the acceleration, you would cover up that A in your triangle and you would have F over M. So that tells us we would divide force by the mass. We will apply this formula triangle strategy and this equation in our guided practice and our practice for today.